Hello, welcome back to the Swapper. Let's dissect. What is this, episode 5? So, been a couple days, but exciting things have happened. For instance, I now have an external hard drive, so I can record more than one episode at a time, which is kind of a big deal. Also, I'm now a little bummed, because, there's a YouTube channel. Didn't start off as a YouTube channel, but it's a YouTube channel right now called Extra Credits. Some of you may be familiar with it. I'm kind of a huge fan. But I found out...
Good. The only access to Mindside now is via gravity control. From where you are, you should be able to access an airlock. You're going to have to take a spacewalk across the station exterior. That
sounds cool. Sorry, if you haven't noticed, I'm going to interrupt myself mid-sentence whenever a cutscene or dialogue, something like that, comes up, because it's kind of important to take in whether or not, you know, how the voice acting delivery is, what the dialogue is, if there's a cutscene, how much does it interrupt the flow or anything like that. So far, actually, these have not been all that intrusive. I've just been talking at the time, so it seems more intrusive than it actually is. But, where was I going with this? Oh, yeah, so Extra Credits has this, show that is unfortunately very similar to a lot of the things I wanted to do on this channel of, discussing the game design while playing a game, you know, doing dramatic readings of the dialogue whenever it's just text, which is something I've wanted to do for JRPGs like Chrono Trigger and, Secret of Mana for a very long time. So, it's always just a bummer when someone beats me to my own idea. More so when it's someone who I respect already and has infinity more viewers than I do, so... It's cool that they exist, and it's cool that they had the same idea, and obviously, there can be more than one of us. It's just I was hoping for no competition. Also, because I felt very original when I came up with this, and they just were able to do it faster than I was. Alright, what the hell is this? What is thought? I think I know. It must have rules. We may not see the Noumena? Naumena? I've never heard of that word. We may not see the Noumena, but we surely know they are the cause of the thoughts. Interesting. Also, I just realized I was sitting on that screen for a while. Some of us have grown crazy. Everything there is thought. Interesting. I wonder if he's I say he. I wonder if that rock is commenting on that rock. Is that like being passive-aggressive and talking behind his back, or like is he saying it like to his face? I suppose it's still passive-aggressive because he's not saying it like it's like, well, I'm not saying it's you necessarily. I'm just saying some of us are crazy. By which I mean you. Is that a rock or is that a memory terminal? That's a memory terminal. Jump! This morning, the last senior crew member disengaged the lockdown on the high-security labs and relocated us all here. The labs are well shielded and the doors are sealed tight. Everyone's hoping we've not been followed here by whatever it is that's killing us. Whoa! That took a turn for the grim. I mean, we already know no one's here, but... like, up until now, it was implied... not implied, for some reason I just assumed people had just bailed. Similar like I was forced to do, like, everyone was just left and they hadn't come back to this place. That, though, officially tells us something much darker. Alright, now we have a new teleporter, and 3 ways to go. I've already forgotten where she said we needed to go. Though there's the airlock. Because then I get to take a spacewalk, which sounds kind of awesome. But since she said I don't have to go these ways, I'm gonna go these ways, because again, that's what the treasure is. I know there's no treasure in here, but it probably, again, it just means, nope, not going through here. 24 monogon orbs. Oh, I just got that it's monogon and trigon. Like, I understood trigon, but monogon. That gets lost on me every once in a while.
This is where we developed the device in your hands. We looked at the way the Watchers communicate and built a delivery system for it. To be frank with you, we didn't know what on earth it was at first. It turns out it swaps people's souls about.
That's... wow, that's putting very definitive terms on that sort of thing. Like, not just your consciousness, your soul. Like, we're getting to some real metaphysical stuff here. Do these move? Is this 0G? No, those are suspended by something. Alright, well, let's play with that. Oh, nope, that's not gonna kill me. Alright, I can panic a little less. Are there 2 doors in here? There are. Let's go this way. Oh, that's... Oh. Yeah, 12. I haven't found 11 yet. It must be in the other direction. Petrovich and Moss volunteered to take part in the first test engagement of the swapping core between individual crew members. The procedure was conducted safely, however, both crew members immediately reported extensive memory loss, meaning it has been impossible to verify whether a swap actually took place or not. Wait, let me read that again. The procedure was conducted safely, however, both crew members immediately reported extensive memory loss. Okay, so, yeah, once you swap, you don't remember anything before. Whether a swap actually took place or not. With a little more time, we believe we can correct for the memory loss and complete the experiment successfully. A complete ban on all testing of the swapper device between individual crew members is to take effect immediately. I understand your safety record for use of the device between cloned subjects remains untarnished. Consider yourselves fortunate that this avenue of research remains open to you. Wow. Yeah, they took that seriously right off the bat. That's a blue switch. Why is the switch blue? This is new. Why is there a blue switch? Interesting. What does that mean? I mean, it shut off the lights and opened this, but why is it blue? Okay. So now I need to get someone up there? Oh, I see. Okay. So now I... Oh, but I'm gonna have to walk forward. So how do I keep... Oh, but the person's already over there? Doesn't matter. Oh, but now there's a guy over there already. I'm out of clones. The person's already over there, which makes part of this easier, so now... I think this is the right way to go. Let's do that. I've only got the one clone left, is the problem. Because that clone's going to be stuck down there the whole time. Interesting. So... I also have to assume I can finish this puzzle with the clones I've got left, because otherwise that means they didn't plan for this, like having someone get stuck on the other side, because I can't swap to him, obviously. But, so far, it's just with the attention to detail that I've seen so far, it would be surprising to me if they hadn't planned for that, because that's one of the first steps of good game design, especially in a puzzle game, is the, well, what if the player comes up with something that you didn't think of, or comes up with a way to get themselves stuck, basically. You have to plan for them getting out of it. Because I could spawn the guy over here. But again, that's my last clone. That's really the problem I'm having here. Let's do it, though. Sometimes doing things... Oh! Whoops. Okay, well. Sometimes doing things for real, like, it activates the different parts of your brain, the spatial thing, as opposed to the planning parts of my brain. So... maybe this'll make me realize something. Okay, I still can't spawn anyone. This is interesting, because this purple one makes it difficult. And also... see, the fact that they've now said it's a soul raises interesting implications. One second. Very interesting implications. Because that means this these orbs, these monogon orbs, are somehow tied to the soul, because my clone can't pick it up. That's really... not weird, just interesting that they would make that declaration. You know, I'm going to back out and get my clone back and see if there's a way to fix this. Yeah, because there's no checkpoint thing. There's no clearing this out. Okay, so apparently that clone just... I don't see a way to get rid of that clone, so I guess they're going to stay there. So now I'm in all the right areas. I'm just... this is problematic. Because now you're unnecessary, but I have no way to get rid of him. Interesting, interesting. I'm aware some of you are screaming at the computer right now because you already solved it. But, don't quite see... I mean, part of my problem is I think I keep doing this the same way over and over, and that's obviously not the answer. So he has to stay up there. New thought. What if... Right, yeah, you're gonna... So now if I put you... I've got 2 clones left, I think that's perfect. Except for that guy up there. He's gonna fall, and it's gonna close my door. Yeah, and there's no way you can do that fast enough. Shoot. If there's a way to get this guy back, that'd be super useful. But I don't think that's happening. Clones left because there's still one up in there. Whoops. I'm gonna reset again. Sorry people. Actually, you know what, just for a change of pace, I'm gonna go left now and I'll come back to that one. Bye, clone. Okay, so we have another teleport, which is cool. Oh wow, and we've opened up a whole new thing where, yeah, you're another watcher. Well, this is interesting. So they have these 3 blocks, they have the blocks going in clear lines, so this leads you down to here, so your natural thing is to go down here, but which means if you don't check the map, you're going to miss the stuff that's down there. But I want to poke the watcher, so we're going down. How long has it been like this and not like the Great Chain before? Presumably because they're separated. It's not a great chain. I don't know if they found them like this, or if they were like one giant rock wall, and then we broke them up to make samples. That would be interesting. I wonder what makes this light, also, because they haven't described that in-game. They don't even have to. It's just interesting that this seems like a pretty normal light. I mean, there are usually these orbs, but the fact that this is... Again, it makes it implied that the entire station is designed around use of the swapper, which is an interesting implication, because it's like, okay, we have had to set up decloning lights all over. What the... Okay. So let's start with the obvious. Oh, interesting. And there's this thing in the way. Can I move this now that it's underneath the... No. Oh, now I can, because I did that. But... That's interesting, and they have it where you move at the different speeds. I wonder if that's going to be part of a puzzle. It probably will, the fact that one of you will move slower than the other if you're holding a box. Alright, so now that that's there, what happens if I do that? Okay, now it just swaps light. Hang on. No, there's really not a point where both of them are gone. One of them moves way faster than the other, so maybe... No, never really happens. Well, let's start with the obvious. Do that. So obviously the answer is not the obvious, but... Oh, whoops. So now... Wait a minute. Can I block off this light? I can. Interesting. Which seems like the obvious step one. So again, that's probably not the full answer, but that's got to be part of it, because they've never introduced that mechanic before, so I have to assume it's relevant now, although I fell for that with the teleporters earlier, where that was not the point of the teleporters. I mean, it kind of was, but you know what I mean. You saw the episode. Interesting, interesting. So, they finally let us do that, and that's interesting that they show you that with this, of the, hey, you can block off the lights, but they don't show you blocking this off, they leave it to you to figure that out on your own, which is probably the right way to do that. So now, I can spawn someone on the orb. It's now just a question of being able to get there. How many clones do I have left? 2? That's promising. I think what I have to do is spawn this guy. This is already going wrong. Lift up the light, lift up the light. Nope, not gonna happen. Oh, and right, I should have swapped before dying. That would have been smart. Okay, but I think we are making progress. Although it kind of seems like I should have... Oh, what if I need to... So I can't swap. Oh, this guy's gonna die, but... What if I... God, leaving him there is gonna be tough. Because he has such limited space to move in. So... Boom! Ha 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 ha! Trigon Orb. Yay! Oh, is that enough? Yeah, I've got enough orbs. But as we all know, I am so not stopping there with orbs. Jump! Is there a duck button? No, I don't have to duck. Okay, cool. Let's go over here now. But, yeah, Oh, is this gonna be the puzzle I was just talking about, where you move faster with one than you do the other? Uh-oh. 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 I think I see what I have to do. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, this looks bad. Do I have to get on top of this to make a clone? Looks like I do. Hang on, wait. What happens if I just... It's interesting. It seems like I was supposed to do that... Oh, you jerks. I see what I need to do. Oh my god. Okay. I may not have time in the episode for how often I think I'm gonna fuck this up. Because... Oh, no, no, no! Yep. Yep. This is gonna be one of those rooms. Oh, I'm gonna hope you guys enjoy watching me die over and over, because that's what's gonna happen here. That's what's gonna be here. Oh, no! Oh my god. Okay. I see this getting frustrating real fast. First off, do I need this crate to make a clone up there? I don't. Okay, wonderful. Okay, yeah, I called it. There is in fact a puzzle where they use the fact that, you move faster with the clone without a crate than you do with the crate. And it's just not in the way I thought it was. I was expecting to be the one with the crate, because it's slower, and... Not that that makes more sense, necessarily, just it seemed like it'd be the easier learning curve. Oh. I accidentally saved my clone. But this... See, this bothers me, because this isn't necessarily about being a puzzle anymore. This is about how well you can control yourself. And the character and stuff. It's not like...
The problem has always been, no matter how far you dig down into the human brain, you'll never identify something that is consciousness. But the Swapper has taught us that the mind is some fundamental part of the universe which is not physical, and which we can now control.
That is an interesting concept, I'm not gonna lie, because that is one of the things, is like, we can't identify what is us, what is the conscious part of the human brain, what is the soul, is one way to put it. But, again, I love the metaphysical stuff this game is tackling, because that's always one of my favorite subjects. But, they've got some interesting answers and ideas that they're talking about here. But, yeah, so it bothers me that, oh, I just punched the microphone, sorry about that. Bothers me that, there's that type of puzzle where this isn't about brain power, this is about dexterity, which I get that there's a bit of both in this game, and it does, you know, change the pace, but as you saw, that wasn't a hard puzzle. I figured it out by walking into the room. It was just, how tedious is this going to be as I go back and forth and probably die a lot. Fortunately, I actually, because I saw that coming, I was able to not die too much. It wasn't so bad, I hope. Discovering what the Swapper did was easy. Our new research priority is to work out how. I believe that it is synthesizing some part of the Watcher's telepathic communication. Somehow it is able to relocate raw consciousness while leaving the physical body intact. To understand the device and perhaps consciousness itself, we must understand the Watchers, Dr. Chalmers. Alright, that's the lady we've been talking to. Alright, so presumably Kim is not the same person, because I would assume they would sign off the same way. But there is that possibility that they're clones, and each one has a different identity, so they just sign off in different ways. So, again, interesting implications. So we have an elevator, which... probably important. We have a switch. What does the switch do? Oh, it moves it. That's interesting. But the difference... Oh, okay, that's actually a huge difference. Because if I'm standing there, it changes where I can swap to. The elevator takes me up there. I can kind of see what's up there, but... Let's see what happens by going up there. Okay, so I can spawn someone through here. Okay, and that is the same red light. That means I can't swap through. So that means, right for now, this spot is useless. Or so it would seem. No, you know what? I'm calling it right now. I'm gonna bet that what would happen is if I were to do this the way I think I did, I would get up there, and then there'd be no way to get back down safely. So you're supposed to put someone here preemptively. Oh, except that when I walk off this switch, that guy's probably gonna die. Is he too far over? He is. I don't think I can make someone far back enough that this matters. No. So it would imply I actually do need to be up there to swap, except you can't because the red light's there. The only switch available does not turn that off. Whoops! See, I think I may have just completely screwed up the puzzle because of that. This does make it so I can swap a bit. But I can't create a person here, and creating a person here seems largely useless because I can't swap through to there. So what is it I'm supposed to do? This lets me swap back, which is interesting. Oh! I think I get it now. I'll go ahead and walk this guy off the edge, because he's not super important now. But swapped this guy. Aha! Clever me. So yeah, obviously that was important, because why would they put that there? Which is kind of interesting that puzzle games kind of not suffer from that, but that's an inherent thing about I was talking earlier about the visual language of quick, clear information in video game design and level design, and just all the stuff that they have to give you inherently. And it's very interesting that so the elevator's there. Well, in a puzzle game, that inherently tells us that elevator is important. That is part of the puzzle. It's why earlier when I saw the teleporters, I thought they were part of the puzzle, and it actually threw me off. Because, you know, it kind of matters that, like, fundamentally in game design, you need to have a sort of minimum of stuff in the game. You want to cut it down to a minimum. You want as little as possible. Partially for polygon count, partially for data, partially because, well, it's like writing a good book. It's not done when there's nothing left to put in. It's done when there's nothing left to take out, when all the extraneous stuff is gone. And puzzles are fundamentally like that. They're only going to have the elements you absolutely need. So it's interesting that that elevator immediately goes, okay, well, the answer has to involve this elevator. Fundamentally, because otherwise it wouldn't be here. Hence why, also, there's two switches here. Obviously, I have to use both. Like, we've been in this room before, and obviously one of these is important, one of these does, you know, they're both very important, but it's interesting how just stopping and looking, in a well-designed game, I should point out, which this is, in a well-designed game, just stopping and looking at what you have around you tells you everything you need to know. Which is one of the prime examples of show, don't tell, which is that very important rule I was talking about earlier, which comes into writing. But it's also part of game design, as we can see, because writing and game design are very, very, very similar. It's a lot of planning and a lot of communication. However, that is the end of the episode. I apologize for the dead screen, pretty much, for the past minute or so. But, I'm going to try and solve this, and we'll come back when I'm not just staring blankly at this stupid screen. So, thank you for watching, and, I will see you on the next episode.